Hi first graders. Today in reading you are going to read a Dakota book called Pancakes, and we're going to practice some of the words that are in pancakes. So you're going to have words that have the ending TCH. It makes the sound ch. It's very similar to the sound CH makes by itself, ch, but you hear a little bit of the t with the ch. So let's practice some. The first one is ch, match. And then we have atch, catch. Last one, atch, batch. And then you're going to get some NK, nk review and some NG, review. So let's practice those. DR together makes the sound der. Drink. Remember that NK and NG can often make the vowel say its name. Next, TR together makes the sound tur. Trunk. Next one, remember TH says ink. Think. Okay, let's go down to NG. Here we go. Ring. Hang. Ring and hang. I noticed the A said its name in both of those, just like it did in drink. And then you'll also have some compound words. This book is a great book with lots of review of the things we've been working on. So let's practice those compound words. Remember, compound words are two smaller words that make up one bigger word. And we talked about using chunky monkey, looking for a chunk of that word you know, then reading the second chunk and then putting them together. So first chunk of this word, pan. Oops, I erased a little bit of that second chunk. Now in the second chunk, I notice an E. It's going to make the A say its name. Cake, and then at the S at the very end, cakes. Pancakes. The word is pancakes. Next one, this is ilk, milk. That's a word we haven't read too much yet. ILK makes the ilk sound. Milk, and then we have aches, shakes. Milk, shakes. Last one, cat, fish, catfish, catfish. All right, you guys got this. Read that book a few times, practice. And then in your writing, we are going to write using a vocabulary word in our journals today. And I love the pictures I got from some of you from your journals. Also, your parents can tear your journal pages out and turn them in on Monday when we have packet pickup. I can't wait to see your writing. So in the story, The Family Tree, that we read a couple days ago, I'm going to read you this page and we're going to talk about what the boy said and then how we can use one of those words in a sentence. New generations joined the family. Old ones left. The tree witnessed it all. So the first vocabulary word you have to choose from is generations. So the boy said, new generations joined the family and old ones left. So a generation is a group of people that are born at the same time. For example, my grandparents' generation lived during World War II. They lived during the Great Depression. Those were things that happened in the 30s, 40s, that time frame. My parents' generation, they were born just after the war, and they were alive during the Vietnam War. They were when people were hippies and things like that. That was the age they were when they were like in college. My generation, we were born in the late 70s or the early 80s. When we were kids, we didn't have things like cell phones. We didn't have the internet, if you can imagine that. And then my kids' generation, they were born when we had all those things like cell phones and the internet. So I just talked about 4 generations. I talked about my grandparents' generation, I talked about my parents, I talked about my generation, and I talked about my kids' generation. Those are 4 different groups of people that were born about the same time. So you could write in your journal using the word generation. You might say something like, we had breakfast with 3 generations. My grandma was there, my mom was there, and I was there. Or sometimes people take pictures with different generations. You might have your grandparents, your parents, and you. And then the second vocabulary word is witnessed. In the book it said the tree witnessed it all. To witness is to see something. So when they say the tree witnessed it all, it means the tree was there as different generations were born and different generations were around the tree. You might witness something like you might see somebody fall off their bike. If you witness that, it means you saw it. So to witness is to see something, to be there for something. So choose either the word generations or witnessed and use them in your journal in a complete sentence. I saw some great complete sentences that started with a capital letter. They had no capitals mixed in where they shouldn't be. I saw beautiful, nice, neat handwriting that stayed right in the lines. I saw wonderful spaces between words, periods at the end of sentences, and I saw some great pictures that match the words. I can't wait to see your writing. Do awesome, first graders. Bye.